everybody. Welcome to the Coffeehouse.
This is weird, but I like it.
Cheers, cheers. Here we are. It's Monday night Coffeehouse at the Mews. If you've never, look at the cheers. I love it. If you've never been to Coffeehouse, we run this every Monday night, and we're going to be here every Monday night from 7 to 8 o'clock through probably into the spring if we can do it. This is going to be we're sort of riding by the seat of our pants tonight. This is our first show.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's get a little music going.
Yeah.
So, Ron, tell me.
That was it?
No, I didn't have the microphone in front of me.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. I've got nothing to do, no one to see, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. I've got nothing to lose, no reason to hide on this road with no end, with time on my side. I'm just tripping along, nothing to fear, moving and grooving. Year after year, I don't know where it all began, or if it's gonna end. I don't care, just leave me to be. I've got some time to spend here with you. Take me as I am, oh no, don't you make me. I've got some time to spend here with you. Don't you make me blue. Say hi to Ron and Peter at MewsPtown.com. I love that sweet ocean air, with birds in the sky, with free running dogs where the people are high on the lives that they lead, and days long with sun, and nights where the sky turns and thunder shakes the ground. I've got some time to spend here with you. Take me as I am, oh no, don't you make me. I've got some time to spend here with you. Don't you make me blue. I've got nothing to do, no one to see, nowhere to go, nowhere to be. I've got nothing to lose, no reason to hide on this road with no end, with time on my side. Remember me in your heart and think of me when you see snow falling, flowers blooming, summer's so full, and I don't know where it all began, or if it's gonna end. I'm moving and grooving on a road with no end. Got some time to spend here with you. Take me as I am, oh no, don't you make me. I've got some time to spend here with you. Don't you make me blue. Don't you make me blue.
All right. Yay!
That was great. That was really good. Oh yeah, that was good.
It's such a make you feel good song. I always like that song. Was that even written on the first Coffeehouse?
No, that wasn't written for the Coffeehouse, but it was written right around when we started it. Yeah.
Wow, talk about an oldie.
Let me put this down.
Why don't you put that down, Peter?
Let me put that down.
And then I don't sing, so when he comes back, we'll chat a bit.
What a show we have for you tonight.
We have a good show for you tonight. Just keep on going.
Ron is just going to repeat everything I say.
I'm not going to repeat
All
everything that he's saying. I'm not that kind
we have a little format that we've tried out
Yeah.
that we'll try out here. So we have two singers and a poet. So Ron and I are going to gab, and I'm going to do a song. And then we have Sarah Burrill coming in. We have Kate Wallace Rogers going to read some poetry, and then Alex Brewer will be coming in.
So it's really the essence of Coffeehouse at the Mews, except it's virtual.
It's just virtual, and it doesn't run for 3 to 4 hours. Thank you. Those were some hard years.
Some of those shows went on.
So Ron and I started this back in 1991, which makes this our 30th season.
Yeah.
The two of us have been at this for 30 years. We need to have our heads examined.
Yes. But, and it, it was kind of an accident. I know we tell the story a lot, but it was so much fun. When Peter, actually, had you not just moved to town?
I did. I was living in Cambridge, and I was just learning how to play guitar, and I was just learning how to write songs, and I didn't know I could sing. I had to work on that as well. And I had written, a few songs, and I met Ron Robin up in Boston at a Christmas trimming.
Something.
It was a Christmas party.
Yeah, one of those.
And somebody asked me to bring my guitar to the party, which is the worst thing you can do to a party, is ask a beginner guitar player to come and perform. But I met Ron at that party, and he said, "Come down to the Mews and put on a show. I'll give you some space." And so I did. I came down, and you have to start somewhere, and that's just what the Coffeehouse is about, isn't it?
Yeah, with people who are trying to work on their material, and you try some things out. It gives you stage. 30 years ago.
So I needed a place to try out things and maybe fail at times or make mistakes or do this or that. Because not only do you have to learn how to write and play and sing, you have to learn how to perform. There's so much to it.
I've tried singing in the shower, and the water stops. So is that a clue?
That would be a clue.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yes, that would be a clue. Definite clue. Anyway, over the years, so many people have come out and either given it a try. Sometimes they give it a try and they're like, I didn't like that, but at least they know they didn't like it. Other people, they come out and they try and they go away for a while and they come back and try again. And then we've seen some people actually come in. We've had kids from the high school when the high school was open here, and they were coming in every week, and they got good. They got really good.
The youngest person was 14, 15 or something. Didn't his uncle drive him to Coffeehouse and stay with him for him to perform?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, he was 14 years old, and he'd come in.
Yeah.
It's a very safe environment, and you have this wonderful audience that would be so supportive.
And the other side of the spectrum, folks in their 80s, 90s, and everybody else in between.
Right. We had lots of folks from all over. In fact, we had over many years, these later years, we had Marilyn Colburn, who I think is watching tonight, and she's a great songwriter. And so we had the young and the old coming in, and everything in between.
The very first time that I can remember that we had a standing ovation. A standing O was for Marilyn. Marilyn Colburn.
Marilyn was the standing ovation.
Totally. It was so spontaneous. I mean, the song that she wrote was so heartfelt, and folks were some in tears, some just smiling, and their hearts throbbing, and it was great. That was a great night. There's so many great nights, and this will be another great one. It depends on how much you drink.
Yeah. So let's see what we have here.
Yes.
We want to bring our first performer in.
Yes.
Sarah Burrill is going to join us for 2 songs, and we're going to do a little interview with each performer. And you could even put up some of your comments on the screen if you have a question for the performer. We'll try to, we'll see if we can get to them. Yeah. Oh, those are moving fast. Hi, Paul, Keo, how you doing? Great to see you. And Edie, all right, from Rhode Island. Look at it. We've got a bigger audience than we imagined. All right.
You ready for it, Sarah?
Yeah. So if you have, we're going to bring Sarah Burrill out, and I say out or in, or we're going to bring her up, and she's going to play a couple songs for us. But before we do that, we're going to get a chance to talk with her and see what makes her tick.
In with
Sarah.
Hi, you guys.
There you are, Sarah.
There you are.
So where are you?
I'm just down the road in Eastham in my house.
All right. Well,
It's so nice to see you guys, and I have to say, this has been an amazing thing that you guys have done for 30 years for the community. It's such a nice thing to do, and I miss sitting in Mews and listening and being at the Coffeehouse. It's I think in the middle of February or January, it's such a nice place to go to find community. And it's just such a gift, and we are blessed to have you guys doing this. We really are. I can't say enough about how fabulous you guys are. I love you both so much.
Thank you so much. And you've been a big part of the music scene
Ever.
forever, right? Yes, you're as long as anybody's been doing it out here.
It's been a long freaking time.
Sarah is from Eastham.
Yeah.
Eastham.
Eastham.
How do you say it if you're from Eastham?
Eastham.
In
Chatham.
And
makes no sense.
You've been playing guitar since you were a little kid, and I think you were playing, doing shows even how old were you when you got started?
14.
13.
But
Was it
14? It was at the First Encounter Coffeehouse. Hold on for a second. I just got to turn my headphones down. First Encounter Coffeehouse in Eastham. I played the open mics. Very similar to what you guys do with budding performers and people trying to cut their teeth. And you provided a really kind and gentle place to do that. And that I was so fortunate to have the First Encounter Coffeehouse be that for me.
Do you remember the first song that you played in public or to a group, an audience?
It was probably a Beatles song, either
Really?
that or like a Neil Young song or something. Or I'm not, it was either, yeah. I don't. That's a funny, and
Yeah.
one of those. It had to have been one of those two because that's all I was playing when I was 14. Maybe, yeah, Beatles or Neil Young.
Early on, when I had seen you perform here at the Mews or elsewhere, and you did a Rolling Stone song at the time. Who was doing Rolling Stone song? Sarah Burrill.
It was Honky Tonk Women.
Just solo on a guitar. Yeah.
On a guitar.
Yeah,
that was
we still do that song. That
That's
song's
fun.
good.
So I have some questions for you. You write your own songs, of course,
Yep.
as well. And I had asked you earlier about singing a song for us. Is that the first song you have planned?
Yes, I was going to do One More Trip Around the Sun first.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
so I wanted to ask a really poignant moment at Coffeehouse. Sarah said it was okay to ask her about this. You had breast cancer.
Yeah. Been diagnosed the 14th of December, and you had booked me like in January. I think January.
Yeah, and we had you booked. You were just normally booked, and then you got this news.
Yeah.
And so we had said, well, you said you were. I think you were going for procedures the next day, and you said you still wanted to.
The tests. Yeah.
You still wanted to come in and perform, and it meant a lot to you. And so everybody in town came in. In fact, maybe the Outer Cape.
Yeah. Could be.
And we had suggested that we were going to just pass the bucket around, and it all went to Sarah. And
that was 20 years ago. That's when you guys were starting your 20th year.
Oh, so 10 years ago.
Your 10th. It was 2021. I mean 2001.
So
Yeah.
20 years ago.
So that was 20 years ago, and then
20
it
years
was
ago.
your 10 years.
Yeah. So
Isn't that
people
crazy?
turned out,
Yes, they did.
and it was a really moving night, and it was a send off. I'm getting a little.
Yeah.
It was, and I remember going, well, what am I going to play? And I thought, I'm just going to play him love songs. And that's what I did that
Yeah.
night.
I remember the songs too.
And it
And,
was amazing.
And
it was
the bucket
it was,
went around, and it was this huge amount of money that we got pulled in. And I think there were some other fundraisers for you after that as well.
Well, that was the first one, and it wasn't. I didn't know until you just handed me the bucket. You said we've turned this into a benefit for you, so it was very moving. And you know, it was the first time I really got that I had a community behind me. I really realized that I was in really good hands.
Wow.
On the Outer Cape, and you guys, and at the Mews in Provincetown. Just how many people were there to support me, I went through treatment for about a year. All kinds of stuff. And
before we ask you to sing the song that you wrote about the experience, how are you doing? It's been 20 years, right?
Yeah. It'll be November. Will be 20 years out of treatment. I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing, and like everybody else with all the insanity in the world, we're all just sort of hanging in there. And we've had to musicians and artists have had to get creative and move stuff online, and just figure out how to do this. And it's been something, I'll tell you. But you're doing it. You jumped right in, and it's what you got to do.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah, yes, we are.
All right, well, Sarah, could you play a song for us?
Sure. One more trip around the sun. There came a point up on the road, unfamiliar, uncharted, unseasonably cold, with no way around and no turning back, no time to ponder and less time to act. So here's to one more trip around the sun. 365 times we've spun. 13 moons are rising, 13 moons done. Here's to one more trip around the sun. The only way out of this one is through, a wise woman said, and I knew it was true. Searching for answers, wishing on charms, then I felt my world take me in to their arms. So here's to one more trip around the sun. 365 times we've spun. 13 moons are rising, 13 moons done. Here's to one more trip around the sun. Feel, faith, hope, understand. I'm guided by skill, kind, gentle hands. Poetry, song, color and dance, pray and vision, meditate, chant. There lies a fire in all of our hearts that needs only an ember to ignite the dark. So here's to one more trip around the sun. 365 times we've spun. 13 moons are rising, 13 moons done. Here's to one more trip. Here's to one more trip around the sun. 365 times we've spun. 13 moons are rising, 13 moons done. Here's to one more trip around the sun.
All right.
Thank you. Yay. Thank you.
Because we don't have a lot of cheering, but
Yeah.
I can feel it. I can feel the love.
well, I hope you do feel the love because there's a lot of it out there for you. And do you have any? Is there anything that you're doing? I know that you have your own virtual show at times, right? Is it a steady time?
Yeah, actually, I was doing it. I started back up, I don't know, end of October or something, doing it every Friday night, and I stopped for the holidays. But this Friday, I'm going to start up again on my Facebook page, I think. Although this whole setup with StreamYard, I might try to do because this seems more user friendly. I may be.
Well, you could talk to the two Jonathans. In fact, that gives us a chance to tell folks what we're doing. Jonathan Hawkins and Jonathan Richardson started Virtual Piano Bar and Live from Provincetown. And it's a platform, and you can see how people can comment. And it's really beautiful how they do it. They put a lot of work into it. And there's a whole schedule around it. So, yeah, they can help out, I'm sure, if you have questions.
Yeah, I was picking John's brain a little bit when we were doing this. Doing sound check. Yeah, it's really cool.
What's your next song about?
You know what? I was going to do an original, but since Ron mentioned honky tonk women, then I think we should just do
all right.
Right? And I love this song.
Yeah.
Whenever I do it live with the band, or just do it live, period, I just make it a sing along.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't like singing honky tonk women?
That's it. Hey, everybody. It's Sarah Burrill. Please welcome one more song.
Okay, this is a sing along. I met a gin-soaked ballroom queen in Memphis. She tried to take me upstairs for a ride. The woman threw me right across her shoulders. Now I just can't seem to drink it off my mind. It's a honky-tonk women. Give me the honky-tonk blues. I met a divorcee in New York City. Man, I must have put up a one hell of a fight. The woman said she'd cover me in roses. She blew my nose and then she blew my mind. It's a honky-tonk women. Give me the honky-tonk blues. It's a honky-tonk women. Give me the honky-tonk blues.
Man. Wow. Hey,
There you go, Ron. That was
I
for
got
you.
it. Thank
Sarah,
you.
we loved it.
Wow. Requests.
We have a few questions for you
Okay.
before we say goodbye. And it looks like it doesn't look like a finger painting in the background.
Oh,
but I
that
see-
is. That's my finger painting.
Okay.
Is that your
That's
painting?
that's from another live show I do, live stream called Finger Painting with the Masters.
That's right. That's right. I have come across that over time. That's great.
And that's
great.
starting up again too. I'm just not sure. I think it's after my live show on Friday that following week.
Wow.
Come and join me. It's a lot of fun.
Did you also try other things like cooking or something?
Yes, we're in soul food. Not soul. I couldn't. Just comfort food.
Just comfort food. That's it.
Just comfort food. Stuff that's comforting because we need it.
Yeah.
I need it.
And that was
like, and I'm just doing it to keep myself amused, and hopefully other people are amused as well.
On the thanks for the request, and I'm trying to figure out how you identify it, and I came up with a soulful folk, bluesy, rock and roll rendition of a Stone song.
There you go.
I wouldn't use that because people will say, "What are you talking about? Please don't play here anymore. Don't say that." Just saying.
Just saying.
All right.
Sarah, thank you so much for being our opening act for year number 30. And we're just thrilled, and we hope you're safe and you're getting through this, and you and all your loved ones are doing well.
They are, and right back at you guys. And again, I just so appreciate and love, and I'm so grateful for the magic that you bring.
Well, thank you for your music.
Thank you. Love you, Sarah.
Love you guys too.
That was Sarah Burrill, everyone, and what a fantastic performer she is.
Yeah.
Stupendous.
She is like really outrageously wonderful.
Outrageous. Really good. That means good.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'd love to hear from some of the folks watching. If you've come to Coffeehouse over the years and you're familiar with it, put up a note, put up a heart, a thumbs up.
Or whatever finger is appropriate.
Yeah. We'd also like to take just a minute to let people know that you can make a donation to the Coffeehouse, and we use that money to pay for Coffeehouse expenses, and part of the proceeds go to WOMR and Provincetown Theater. So we're very happy to continue to do the work that we've been doing all these years, and we want to thank all the people that have donated over the years.
Yeah.
There's usually at the end of the season we always cut this big check. It's big. I say it's a big check because it's really big in size.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
it's on cardboard.
Yeah, we do this. Yeah, this image of a big check that you can't cash.
Yes,
not worth anything.
No,
but the real check is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the radio station uses it to buy equipment. The theater can use it for what do they use it?
Lighting, for sound, for staging,
promotion,
for props,
all kinds of things.
For the electric bill.
Yeah.
And I can go on. But I won't.
Meanwhile, the Coffeehouse has shows, and it benefits lots of folks. So we're really happy to have you joining us tonight. Our next performer.
Another favorite from a Coffeehouse for over the years, and lots of folks really enjoy what it is that she has to say. And her name is?
Kate Wallace Rogers.
Yes. There
she is.
Oh,
hi.
There you are.
Hi.
Hi, Kate. How you doing?
I'm really great. Thank you. In spite of everything, really happy to be here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. You sound great. And you look like you read a lot of books.
Yeah, I've read every one of these twice. There are more in the other room.
Oh, sure there are.
I actually just borrowed these for this moment.
There's always that question, isn't
that's
there?
the truth, yeah.
Hi, Bill Clark.
Hi, Bill Clark.
Hi, Bill.
And Tom, all right. This is so cool. So, Kate, I always watch the backgrounds that people choose. Wasn't it Colin Jost on Saturday Night Live? He got bagged, like he had on his couch, he had a guitar or something. So it was so well placed, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate that
better.
we appreciate that you got in front of your books to come talk to us today. We are really pleased to have you here.
Yeah.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's been, I think, maybe a dozen years that I've been doing this, maybe a few more.
Yes.
Sitting in front of these books, waiting for you guys to show up. No.
But how long
Yeah,
have you been
Coffeehouse.
writing?
She wrote all those books behind her. Yes.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah. I've been writing since I could write. I had my first published poem in my school magazine when I was in second grade. And if you can believe it, the magazine for my all-girls school that I went to for 13 years was called The Beaver.
The Beaver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Burrill Beaver. Yeah.
Yeah. Just leave it to. Yeah.
That's it. That's just let's just leave that. To that
Okay.
Beaver.
Okay.
All
But
right.
both of my parents were writers, and I've just always loved poetry, and really, really excited that I got the opportunity to practice a lot with you, and it helped me. I used to live in Dennis, and I would drive up the hour back and forth, which was sometimes a little sketchy going through Eastham after being at the Mews for 4 hours or so. But I really have gotten a chance to expand all my possibilities by doing readings there, and then reaching a greater public and getting really great feedback on how to.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And I think you've also, I noticed over time, a lot of times you would actually be writing while the coffee house is going on. You'd be sitting at your table.
Always,
And,
unless.
maybe making notes of inspirations. And you often, you sometimes would read the poems of Mary Oliver. A big influence, we all know. And
yeah, absolutely.
And I think part of what I noticed was how you aligned with Mary Oliver was you don't just read your poetry, you perform it. You know, you take time and you lay it out there, and it's I think it really pulls the listener in, which is a little different than reading it, of course. You know.
Yeah, a little more recitation, or I come from a pretty dramatic family, I have to say.
Oh,
and
the drama.
Yeah, big drama. Sometimes some drama necessary. But anyway, yeah.
Families can make you seasick.
They can, especially right there. Cape Cod families.
Before we have you read your poem, I mentioned Mary Oliver. That's obviously a big influence, and not just for you, but for many of us out here on the Cape. She lived right in Provincetown, I think.
Not far from the Mews for a long time. Yeah,
and
we're very lucky to have had.
Do you have other influences that you that are, I don't know?
I'm really bad at calling them up, but I would say, I can't think of anything at all.
Yeah. I do that too. People ask me.
I want to say Norman Lear, but that's not what I mean to
Norman
say.
Lear, yeah.
No.
And not Norman Mailer.
No. Who's that guy who does all the limericks? When I was really little. Oh dear. I can't do that stuff very well. I have really a holy brain.
Well, Dr. Seuss was one of my big.
Okay, great. Dr. Seuss, absolutely. This other Edmund Lear. He did little things like there was an old man with a beard who said, "It's just as I feared. 2 larks and a hen, 4 owls and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." That kind of stuff.
Cool.
That started me off, sort of Dr. Seussy. Yeah, it is moving, and a little upsetting around the edges. Yeah, Spalding Gray is a big influence, and I'm, not exactly a poet, but just the performance of somebody really bearing their soul and telling their stories. I love that.
Oh, great! So we're going to we're going to talk to you after you read some of your poems to us,
Sure.
And so we'll have a little bit more to ask you when you come back.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Thanks so much for everything that you guys do.
Thank you for
you
helping
know
us on
it's
our opening night.
a huge part of my life. Thank you so much. The first poem I'm going to read is a short one called Meditation. In the winter side wash of northwest wind, I meditate by the ocean. Blue moon blue, green as the thickness of glass. Will I risk again the transformation to swim in water cold as stone? I went swimming this morning in the harbor. And this one inspired by a trip to France. Learning Languedoc. And Languedoc means the language of yes. On the sloping emerald meadow, Esme summons her herd of horses, molten earth tones, unbridled. They gallop to surround us, all adrenaline and hunger. They seem so fearfully happy, crushing us between arrogance and grace, their shiny haunches. We fend off the wild yearling and the tawny mare in heat. We mount and ride out beyond words. She is flexible as the poppies that dapple the grass, scarlet top on slender stem, such supple splendor. Entering the mistral ravaged woods through flank high fiddlehead ferns, we rub trunks where bark is worn, wood flesh erupting beneath. I catch her breathless syllables ricocheting among the roots and branches, the narrow trail, awkward, broken by falls, obstacles we must circumvent. Still, trembling haunches break into a canter, pounding forward, hooves beating out. What if we never left this world, these woods, these words, this language of yes? And one more Provincetown poem, I'm sure in some ways influenced by Mary Oliver. Swallows at Race Point. I'll show you. You can see how it is on the page. Kind of floats around a little bit like the swallows. Wing beats and slashes wake up the sky, dips and slides, wisps and swells, a symphony of swoop and swirl. No one moves, but they all do. Slant, slope, drop, hover. Dunes harmonize with their tetherless flight. Scores of triangles, wings and tails carving, gathering, disappearing, stalling out in blue stillness, willingness, tumbling, rebounding, relief, dive over, recover. What could they teach me? Each a scale in the speckled Piscean body of air, a whole flash mob of joy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I hear if you
guys.
clap really fast, it sounds like more people are clapping.
Oh,
That's
oh.
right. Yeah,
It did.
it's a thing.
It did.
It
Can you
really
try
is
that?
a
Try
thing.
it, ready?
It's a thing.
Fast.
I'm exhausted.
Yay!
Kate Wallace Rogers, that's great. Can there's so much imagery that you pick from all around our daily lives. It's really great.
You got stuff going on. What's your poet?
Oh,
Yeah, before we say goodbye, I think you have a class you teach. And
Yeah, I'm teaching yoga on both the UUMH Facebook page on Thursdays at 3, and I'm teaching yoga Truro Center for the Arts 9:30 on Sunday mornings, and then I'm teaching poetry at Truro Center for the Arts online, but you can't come. It's all. I mean, you could if you really wanted to. You could call them up, but um, I'm really excited because I've started teaching poetry online when this past fall, and it's been so exciting. I've been a teacher for 40 years or so, and to be able to do yoga, teach yoga, perform poetry, and teach poetry along with some tutoring that I do, I am really living the life here in Provincetown. I'm so lucky, and I know that I'm partly here because you guys provided such a warm, welcoming place for me to learn. Thanks.
Thank you.
And for all of us who get to be there.
Yeah. We all love where we live out here. It's
Yeah.
really great. But there's lots of people who don't live here who are able to watch now, which is really
Yeah,
nice. This
that's
whole
pretty
virtual platform is so great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kate, thank you so much for helping us open up our 30th
My pleasure.
season. And
Anytime.
we love you, love you, love you. Just keep writing.
Oh,
And
thank you.
all right.
Thank you
Everybody,
so much.
Kate Wallace Rogers, thank you so much.
Bye.
Next we have, we're going to go right to it because
Let's
we're finding
right to it.
Hi, Steve DeRoche. I see he sent a heart, and I saw
Oh,
Sylvia Peck
yeah.
commented on
Hey, Sylvia.
how beautiful Kate's poetry was.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Alex. We have a singer coming up, and he's going to close out the show for us. Please welcome Alex Brewer. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Peter. Ron.
Rescue us, please rescue us.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm a little upset, to be honest, because I ordered the virtual Mews burger tonight.
All right.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at that. Yes.
Ron, does that look rare to you?
Shades of gray. I don't know.
I did also. I wanted to say that I have a poem of Kate's written out. These are available for sale, and they're gorgeous.
What did you steal them?
I know.
You're selling Kate's poems?
I'm not selling this. I'm saying that she has them available for sale. This is my favorite man under the moon.
She does a beautiful job. Like they're visual. There's the poem she wrote, and she does them on the page, and yeah, they are quite beautiful.
Yeah.
How have you been through this time?
I've been pretty good, actually. The best thing that's happened is this puppy that I got.
Oh,
Really?
Yay.
Ah.
All right.
You want to see him?
Yeah. Do you want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's come.
Yeah.
I got him in May. He's shy.
Oh, you got him in May?
May.
He's there he is.
Oh,
Say hi, Dad.
what a beauty.
Hi.
He looks like maybe a collie.
Yeah, he's a border collie.
Border collie. Yes.
Wow.
So he's my life.
They have a lot of energy.
So he's my life now. I don't play music anymore. I gave up that nonsense.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Well, we could obviously talk about dogs all night because we would love to. But good luck with him. What's his name?
Oh, Gus.
Gus. Nice.
Oh, Gus. Of course.
All right.
Gus.
Just a classic, middle of the road,
Easy.
generic dog name,
Gus.
All right.
I like
We
that.
love Gus. So just a quick, before we have you play some songs and eat a burger, anything to say about the Coffeehouse? Alex, just so folks know, Alex has been running our sound for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years maybe now.
I think 4 years. I think I started in February of 17. So,
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah. So you've been a big contributor, and over time. And of course, you also get up and you often either recite some Robert Frost or something you've written yourself, or you sing songs that you've written. You have a lot of songs. Look at his fireplace. It's so much better than ours.
I can turn it on.
It's real.
We're going to turn our fireplace back on. Let's go ahead, Dad. Let's turn it back on.
Turn it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, so...
if we get one $5 donation, I'll put another log on the fire.
All right.
Okay,
Before we have you sing a song, just do you have anything going on, inspiration-wise, or like you have your...
Yeah, I made an album this fall at John Evans' studio in Orleans, and I also am gonna put on Spotify my first album, Practical Matters. So then I'll have that, and then I'll have Denim Dharma, which is the recent one of me singing my own songs with a band, and then I'll have Unquoted from last year, which is people covering my songs, which started as an event at the Mews. That's how that album got started. Was I had people do it as a show at the Mews, and then I decided to turn it into a studio album. But yeah, that was November of 2018.
Your writing is just something else. I mean, that's I'm listening, and I said, did he just say that?
I have one more little synchronicity is that Gus was born on March 2nd, which was my feature 2 weeks before everything shut down, which was a really fun night, at least for me.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone went along with it. It was a great night, and little did I know at the time that he was being whelmed that very day.
Wow. Excellent.
So I'll never forget his birthday because it was a great show for me.
Yeah, it's a big year, big turning point. How about you sing us a song, and we'll talk to you a little bit more after that.
I'd love to. Yeah, let me just go into different settings.
What are you calling the song?
This song I'm going to do right here is called "I've Got a Crush on Russia."
All right.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And I could. It's cathartic to sing it, but at the same time, part of me wishes that it could have become irrelevant a long ago. And you'll see what I mean in a second.
Okay.
All right, so this is I've got a crush.
Everybody, we're gonna hand it over.
Song's called "I've Got a Crush on Russia." I'm gonna tune real quick just in case. I tuned before, I swear, but it's a smoky room from the fire. Things happen. I've got a crush on Russia. I guess it's not hard to see. I've got a crush on Russia, and I've never been so happy. Dear Russia, top secret email, you've got bigger assets than any female. My lawyers have advised me not to be too specific, but specifically, I think you're terrific. And I wouldn't mind if you came knocking my door down in the middle of the night. The only right I'd like to express is the freedom of pressing up against you tight. I've got a crush on Russia, I guess it's not hard to see. I've got a crush on Russia, fiddly diddly 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 dee. Now it's true, you're no more than an Eastern stranger, and maybe after all I am attracted to danger, but the takeaway from my dossier is I want you to infiltrate me every day. We could live in a Potemkin village in the suburbs of Stalingrad. You could definitely call me Donnie. Baby, I could call you Comrade, like with a K and a backwards R. I've got a crush on Russia. I guess it's not hard to see. I've got a crush on Russia, but I left a stain on Ukraine.
All right.
I have to know this. Could you not, when you were writing that song, could you not think of a rhyme and then you said, oh, fiddly diddly dee?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny actually, because one of the guys that I work with, I'm a carpenter, and one of the guys that I work with, I don't know, he tried to accuse me of doing something wrong, and I showed him that I had actually been right, and he was like, well, fiddly diddly dee.
That's so funny.
That's great.
So yeah, that's actually, to be honest, the title is somebody else's idea too, this guy Julian Steele, but everything else is mine, I swear.
Okay.
So we've been teasing folks a little bit about the backdrop that they chose. We see you still have your Christmas tree up.
Still up.
Do I?
Christmas tree. What do you mean, darling? Come on.
Yes.
Oh, it's gone. Wow, amazing.
I can't show the fire and the Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't see everything if
Yeah, no, that's a decorating aesthetic choice. I'm not lazy.
Okay.
Yes. You keep it up until when?
Usually about March, actually.
A little longer. You won't have to put one up
Very
for the next
dry.
one. All right. What else do you have for us?
Well, hey, let me do this one, Peter, because this song I really want you and John to cover, as we've talked about.
Yes.
And it's The Rose of Saratoga. It's ideal for your group, you and John Richardson, who I'm a big fan of. And anyway, it's called The Rose of Saratoga, and it's a racehorse pining for his favorite rider. And he has COVID, but he's asymptomatic, so it's really not relevant. But
The horse or the rider?
the horse.
Okay.
Okay, so this is The Rose of Saratoga. They have shod me in the shed row, brushed me in the stall. They've saddled me in satin and armor overall. They will post me by the bugle. The window will be small. The bell will ring, the gate will swing, and the whip will rise and fall. And I trade every chain in the blanket wreath and forego the cheers of the track for a rolling field of clover leaf and the rose of Saratoga on my back. Her leads are clear as morning, her seat light as the breeze. I never will jump higher than I have between her knees. As sweet as a feed bag of sugar is to run in the wind and the rain, tasting the feel of her flawless heel, her arms deep in my mane. And I trade every chain in the blanket wreath and forego the cheers of the track for a rolling field of clover leaf and the rose of Saratoga on my back. With the turning of the season, they will send me there again for reward and for recovery from the savage world of men. She will strip from me my leather, drop the vicious bit. Her love is pure and I'm more than sure I'm her favorite place to sit. And I trade every chain in the blanket wreath and forego the cheers of the track for a rolling field of clover leaf and the rose of Saratoga on my back. And that's that song.
All right.
Nice job. That's a great.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Well, yeah, when I do Unquoted Volume 2 and, you know, as a show at the Mews as well, I really hope you guys will do that.
Yeah. I'm sorry I missed that.
Yeah.
Peter, I was just saying,
You guys will
do
do it.
that for the next album that I do.
Yes. In fact, John is here engineering this show. He's a little bit off stage. There he is. I don't know. That's John Richardson. He and I work together as Donnelly Richardson, and we want to take Alex's song and do some nice harmonies with it. Also, is Jonathan Hawkins on there somewhere? We could see him. No. Okay, so
I think Alex is turning out the lights. Oh, okay. Here we go.
did we lose him?
Well, he's there.
I'm here.
Oh. There again. How does he do that?
Alex, we want to thank you for helping us out, opening our season,
Yeah.
and for all the help you've given us over the years. It's all you pitch in, and all the great writing, and the spirit, and all the burgers you eat. Yeah. I think you always get a burger.
That's that.
Rare.
Rare.
No, I should say I cooked this. This is not a Mews burger, for the record. I did this on my grill.
It's really
Like,
great
our
to see you.
precipitously after that Mews burger incident.
Good to see you, Alex.
It's great to see you,
Good
and,
to see you,
we
guys.
really miss you. So stay safe and
You
good luck
too,
out
yeah.
there. And I
We'll be
can't wait till
together
we can all get
again soon.
together again.
We will.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Good night. So we just before we close with a song,
Yes.
we just want to want to thank everyone for tuning in tonight for our first show. What else to tell folks? This is a fundraiser. You can make a donation. It's a $5 suggested donation, and it goes to the Coffeehouse expenses and to Provincetown Magazine, Provincetown Theater, and WOMI.
All right. Go for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you all very much for all that you've contributed over the years and for tonight. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Who are our features
And
next week?
we go off to Florida for Brenda Evans. And that's going to be fun. Looking forward to that.
Brenda Evans and Alex Bashoyan. Yes.
Yeah.
And but to be announced.
Yes. All
To be
right.
announced.
To be announced.
Yeah.
And a lyric in one of your songs, in fact, when you opened up with, really says a lot and relates to what some of the people have said about P-Town, where people are high on the life that they lead. It's true. I always like that part. And now,
high on the
that's
lives that we lead, and I think that when you meet people who love where they live, it shows. Like you can see it. It's really clear. Like loving where you live is a big deal, and we all love it out here on the Cape.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. All right. I'm going to sing a song, and we're going to close out. Thank you all for joining us.
Tonight will be everything I've ever wanted, could ever ask for. Here with you now, knowing that now is forever. Yes, tonight as we dance, holding you to me, all fear is forgotten. For love that is now is love that's forever. Holding you, loving you, needing and having you. I want to be by your side, want to walk in your day, want to sleep in your night, want to dance in your dreams, want to dance all night long. Want to dance with you, dance all night, dance with you now. So may the fear of tomorrow be gone. Yes, it's gone. Oh, dance all night long. Why, tell me why, do mountains enduring fall slowly to the sea? Never to turn back, never to know, nor to falter. So we dance to and fro, dipping and turning together to the music forever changing into the new day, always your day, want to sleep in your night, want to dance in your dreams, want to dance all night long, want to dance with you, dance all night, dance with you now. So may the fear of tomorrow be gone. Oh, dance all night long. Very fast.
Very, very nice. Beautiful.
Hey, Ralph, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to Sarah Burrill. Thank you to Alex Brewer. Thank you to Kate Wallace-Rogers.
And thank you to Peter Donnelly.
And thank you to Ron Robin, who has been behind us all these years. Thanks to John Richardson and Jonathan Hawkins and Virtual Piano Bar. We'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. All right.